Welcome to another edition of One Take Only. I'm George Phillips with oilpressure.com. This is my semi-good friend, John McClellan. And John, it is the month of May, finally.
It is great. I love the month of May.
I don't like the
that's fist bump.
I don't like that.
All right, well, good.
We got, before the Indianapolis 500 comes up, we do have something new. And at first I wasn't all that in favor of it, but as we get closer to it, I'm very much in favor of the Grand Prix of Indianapolis. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts?
I think it's awesome, and I hope it turns out to be something that's an annual event that my son can grow up enjoying.
You're going, aren't you?
No, I'm not going to go this year.
Oh, you're not?
No, I'm not. I'm going to watch it on television. But whether or not I go is a moot point.
No, because I think a true fan would go.
Okay, well, that's George.
I'm going.
I think that's great. You should go. You're oilpressure.com. You got the gate passes and all that hot stuff and everything. And I'm going to be keeping up with it, which is almost as good as being there, through the oilpressure.com page. And I'm going to look forward to it. By the way, you know that they were running today, and
this is Monday, by the way. Monday evening, late Monday evening.
That's right, late Monday evening.
John was late getting here, but we were supposed to do this yesterday. But whatever.
Kurt Busch was on the track today and got 222, working out.
That's good. I think all the rookies passed all four phases of rookie orientation, so we're just inching closer and closer. Did have the little old business, went to barber. You didn't go there either, did you?
No, I didn't. I saw it on TV. It was excellent, and I was able to stay inside where it was raining up here in Nashville, and I got to watch, a big, long show on IndyCar. And if you ask me, I can spend 5 or 6 hours every Sunday afternoon, particularly when it's raining.
Yeah, and
out there watching IndyCar.
Kudos to NBC Sports Network. They stayed with it. They got the whole thing in, and very happy about that. Wasn't the greatest race I've ever seen. Willpower screwed up, but I think overall, and your pick won, Ryan Hunter-Ray.
He didn't screw up. He had a great race.
He didn't screw up this time.
No.
But I think he had the fastest car. I think I think it was a just finish. Mm-hmm. But anyway, back to the month of May. Really looking forward to it. Going this weekend for the Grand Prix. Next weekend for qualifying, the revamped qualifying. I'm still mixed emotion on that. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, the big weekend, the 500, because that still tops, always will be.
That's my weekend. Hey, George, what do you think? The qualifications, it's supposed to have something on Saturday, and it's supposed to build up where everybody's supposed to be, like on pins and needles for the Sunday event. Sunday qualifications. What do you think?
Well, the thing is, it looks like they did officially fill the field today with James Davison. He's going to be running a fourth car for KV, or KVSH, I think they call it now. But I don't think there's going to be a 34th car. There may be one pop up here, but if there's only 33, obviously there will be no bumping. It's essentially, and I could get this wrong because I haven't looked at it in the last couple of weeks, but I think it's essentially going to be where the qualifying order is set. I'm not real sure on that, but basically I think you can have a reset for Sunday, and then of course the last couple of hours on Sunday is going to be the Fast 9. Mm-hmm. And that's when the pole setter will be. I understand the logic of building up to, especially when you only have 33 cars. Mm-hmm. It really made Sunday just such a non-event, but I'm one that likes tradition. I think change is bad, and I'm not real sold on pole day moving to Sunday, but at least it kind of builds up for the weekend. So.
Well, they can always change it back next year if it doesn't work out. I think it's going to be okay.
It's okay. I'm not just appalled by it. I'm not highly in favor of it. I do understand the logic, and hey, give them credit for trying something. Mm-hmm. But
what about the whole speed? What was it last year? 228 something.
I have no clue.
Okay. Well, I think maybe it might inch up a little higher. Maybe.
I don't know, and that's another thing that they've done the last couple of years that I don't like at all. On Fast Friday, and then of course qualifying weekend, they artificially give them more boost.
Right, they are.
And that'd be fine if they kept that boost for the race, but then they dial it back. So to me, that's manipulating results, and it's all contrived, I think. I haven't heard if they're going to be doing that this year or not. I hope they do away with that. I think that's just ridiculous.
Okay, what team's going to have a great month? And we're including the Grand Prix.
Golly, Andretti they dominated the month last year. How they did not win that race, I don't know. There's bugs in my face. But you got to go with them again. I think the winner, this is really going out on a limb here, but the winner is obviously, I think this year, is going to come from your top three teams, Ganassi, Andretti, and Penske. Last year, with Kanaan winning for KV, that was sort of a wild card. Kanaan was not a wild card, but KV was. They never won a race.
Well, the year before, Kanaan was, he led late.
Yeah, Kanaan's led.
He was up there.
He has led so many races. I think his streak was broken a few years back of he had a couple of races there where he did not lead, but for so many years he led like his first 7 or 8 races there. So I think I look for him to have a good race. It would not surprise me to see him win again. I know his results have not been great this year, but really Ganassi has not been great this year.
No, and the only really cool thing about Ganassi right now, Scott Dixon's been running well. He had a great race last week. Juan Pablo Montoya has come up. He had a wonderful race last weekend.
That's not Ganassi, that's Penske.
I'm sorry, Penske. Excuse me on that. Yeah, Ganassi. Well, Scott Dixon has done well.
Yeah. Charlie Kimball, he had a decent run at Barber, but he hasn't done real well. He seems to have regressed a little bit. But getting back to Barber, I've discussed this on the site, and you and I have talked about it, but very disappointed that there was not one bit Verizon material or merchandise at Barber. I noticed you've got your Izod hat on. I
do.
I have a lot of obsolete shirts and hats and things that I don't want to give them any more pub.
Well, see, here's my situation regarding that. When the Verizon caps and all that come in, well, I'll have one. But in the meantime, Izod, they came in when nobody else was coming in, and they did okay. They did right by us.
They did good. First couple of years.
I'm happy about what they did.
But, they had change at the top, and the person at the top was not. He was not in favor at all of the sponsorship. Mm-hmm. By the way, I don't know if you saw this today. The CEO of Target stepped down due to that, the credit freeze thing. And apparently he's been there for 35 years, so I'm wondering, what does that do with the Ganassi sponsorship down the road? I wonder if somebody that they get new in there, that's the first thing I thought of when I saw that headline.
One thing about Target and Ganassi is that because it is a co-op advertising deal, it's not like Target's just spending a ton of money.
No, you're right. And that, when Sarah Fisher got Dollar General, that was sort of a similar type deal. By the way, what do you think about Dollar General being the sponsor for Jacques Villeneuve? I find that a little odd, considering that Sarah Fisher's driver now, Joseph Newgarden, grew up 5 miles from Dollar General's headquarters here in Nashville.
Mm-hmm. Well, for me, my thinking, I agree. And, here you've got Joseph Newgarden, who is just unbelievably fresh and energetic. The guy is capable of a win. He's run 2 good races already.
Yeah, and I think
I'd be on him.
Yeah, I would too. I find that kind of odd that they went with Villeneuve instead. I was wondering if maybe they're looking at expanding into Canada. I don't know. But no, Newgarden, he's the real deal.
Yeah, he's the real deal.
And
I think Penske's got an eye for him.
That wouldn't surprise me if by the time Elio finally decides to hang up his helmet, if maybe Newgarden were to slide in there. I don't know, but that's kind of speculation. It makes sense. He seems to be Penske caliber type.
Yeah. And he's a good guy. He seems like a great guy.
Great guy.
Love him. Love to see him up there running in the league.
Yeah.
He had no fault either in that mess at Long Beach.
None whatsoever. That was a brain fade on your guys' part.
Yeah. Well, I think that Newgarden was going to be in the top 5, if not a podium.
Real quick, another guy that I've been really impressed with. Of course, he was real good at Indianapolis last year, but that's Carlos Munoz.
I like Carlos.
He's got the goods. I think he's really impressed me this year. Had a bad race at Barbara. That's his first really bad race, and there's no way to disguise that. I mean, he just screwed up. When you spin under the yellow on new tires, not good.
That thinking of Carlos Munoz, it is really past 10 years watching the Andretti team go through this up and down thing, and where it looked like the team at the beginning with Franchitti and Weldon and Herta and Tony Kanaan, you couldn't find closer friends.
No, that's right.
That was a heck of a team. Then one thing or another, and then you've got even TK. He's mad. But I think that it looks to me like Andretti has got the guys all together. They handled that problem last at Long Beach, pretty well. It seems.
Yeah.
So I think they got a good team. They got a good bunch over there.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And Hinch and Hunter Ray. Even Marco.
Yeah, Marco, great race.
Yeah, they seem to be clicking pretty well.
Yeah. They're doing it right. They're doing it right now.
Yeah. Real quick, was really glad to see that Pippa, friend Pippa, she not only did she get a ride with Dale Coyne, we kind of expected that, but this partner, it's not a sponsorship, it's a partnership with the Susan G. Komen organization. And
have you gone to ride with Pippa?
I have, and I've made my donation. Have you?
I will tonight.
So in other words, no.
I'm going to. I promise you. I'm going to do it.
No,
Excuse me.
You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I've made my donation, and I'm not a big Facebook guy, but I'm really getting on Facebook to promote it a lot because I really want to see this take off, not only for Pippa's sake, but this could open up a whole new avenue for quote partnerships coming into the series, kind of using the Indianapolis 500 as a platform to raise money and awareness. So I think this is a win-win for Pippa, Dale Coyne, Susan G. Komen, fans, the Indianapolis 500 telecast. I think I think it's awesome.
Yeah. I want to see her run up for a long time. You can donate according to how many laps. So $1 a lap, you can wind up,
You can do that. And
it's going to be a nice little donation if she completes 200 laps.
But they've kind of, if you...
Also the practice laps are in there too.
Yeah, but Pippa's made it clear that, if you donate, say, $1, but you don't realize you're doing it per lap, they put in some safeguards where you're not going to get a big surprise race day.
Right.
But it's a good thing. So it's www.racewithpippa.com. Go in there. There's a video on there. Pippa tells her story. You can read all about her, and plus make a donation. So
I like Pippa too. I've always liked her.
Oh, I do too. I think she's the greatest ambassador for IndyCar out there right now.
She fights hard to get races. She's in the same mold as Sarah Fisher, who also did that in a race.
Well, she ran with a pink car, for awareness. Real quick, kind of early, but just for the heck of it, who do you like for Indianapolis 500?
Okay, can I say 2 people?
No.
Okay, Ryan Hunter-Reay.
Okay, I'm going with willpower.
Okay,
but that's subject to change. I reserve the right to change that as the month.
Well, then I do too. But I think it's going to be Ryan Hunter-Reay, and also Hinch. I think Hinch has got the goods too, to pull this thing off.
Could. So, but anyway, we're going to wrap this up. We may